Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review outside in the garden. Two bloody reviews on the road from the garden. What's that about? Hey, finally getting a bit of summer, although it's slightly chilly. So today I'm reviewing this from Low Cost Beer. It's on draft, obviously. It's the Revenge of the Greenbutt Skunk double IPA from Wylam Brewery in Newcastle upon Tyne. Wylam was supposed to make it to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, I think, for 2 years on the run. Didn't show up for whatever reason, obviously, COVID and whatever, I don't know. So, Wylam polled fans of the brewery to see which of their Dipa specials should make a one-off return. And Greenbutt won by a stinky country mile, whatever that means. A double IPA with hedonistic rations of Galaxy, Nelson Savin and Citra via heady double dose dry hop. Quaggy and pulpous on the palate with fresh tropical reverberations to boot. Now, Matt, the low cost beer king, aka Smiling Grape, said this is an absolute beast of a beer. So there's the pump clip. I will be using that for the beer later. So we're going to pour it out. I've just knocked the bloody glass over. Obviously, as you can see, it's sealed. There's a black seal. So let me explain the process, just in case you think, what are these bloody beers that come on draft? So at Low Cost Beer, aka Smiling Grape, the shop's named Smiling Grape. The online site is also named Low Cost Beer, for obvious reasons, you know. And they use keg machines. So you get your little keg machines like you do in craft beer shops. Get your keg machines, and I presume put a squirt of CO2 or something in. Don't get me, I don't know that side of things. But I know that it's a standard thing. They put something, they get a squirt of gas basically, and it keeps it fresh, in essence. So, and hopefully not too fresh, because I don't want it exploding all over me. So here we go. Oh, look at that. Absolute fucking juice bomb. Look at that. Whoa. Doesn't that look good? This is why I'm out in the daylight, because the problem is with the beer room that for Imperials and most other beers, the beer room's fine. But you know, for daylight, for orangey dippers and stuff, this is king. So, yeah. Although you can't see the bloody beer as I'm talking, so let me swivel that camera around a little bit. Try and get the beer in on the camera. There we go. Whew. Although for me, that's reading the wrong way round. Yeah, the Brewdog's reading the right way round. Or is it? I don't know. But in any case, yeah, I'm trying to read it. Revenge of the Greenbutt Skunk. Yeah, so maybe for you it's reading the right way. Yeah, be interesting to see what happens there. Not sure. So, in essence, anyway, it's a lovely big orange pour, white head. I mean, we are on now the 17th of August. Literally, where's summer gone? Summer? Yeah, well, it's decided to show its face for a few days. It was lovely and warm earlier, to be fair. And we've had a few nice days. Apparently it's going to piss down the weekend as usual. And next week, it's a week on Friday. We're going into a 3-day weekend, and I'm going over to Lincoln, so all good. So my first ever draft keg beer from Wylam Brewery. Yes, it's delivered. And I went on UK Craft Beer Forum earlier, and I posted a photo of these beers. And I tell you what, they're a bunch of some are alright, and then some are up their own arses. Oh, look at them beers. They're in Panda Pop bottles. You think to yourself, fucking grow up. So if you went to a shop, you got a beer to take home, you're putting it into a bottle, it's the same as that. Yeah? And you know something? It's like when you talk to people, when you look on the internet about beer reviewers, wine reviewers, and you get these people who are up their own horses, and I fucking hate it, I do. And you know, there's nothing that pisses me off more than people that just think they know it all. No one knows it all. None of us do. I know that this is as fresh as a fucking daisy. Yeah? Because I know where it's come from. It's took a day to get here. It's come straight from keg. It's gone into a machine. It's probably had a bit of air, gas or whatever they use squirted into it to make it right. I don't know the processes, but I know. Oh, there's some pokiness in the aroma, to be fair. But I know I've had many of these, and 99% of them have been absolutely spot on. So I won't hear anything against it. And I don't care what the elitists say. The supposed elitists. Yeah. Everyone's big on a forum. Anyway, on to the beer review. Ignore the idiots, as I normally do anyway. Do I give a fuck? No, never did. Ooh. So let me go back into this because I want to read what they. I hope Benjamin's kicked in. Oh. So let me go back to the search. Low cost beer, Wylam. There we go. And it's this one. Revenge of the Greenbutt. So. Quaggy and pulpus on the palate. Pulpus on the palate. That's a new one on me. Quaggy and pulpus. I suppose, depending on which part of the country you're in, we've all got our own variations of what the beers are. I mean, it looks amazing. Doesn't that look great on, ABV of 8.4? It's going down nicely. Gotta be honest. Thursday night. Yeah. Always good for a weekend beer. Yes, bro. It's got some twang to it, I'll say that. I'm getting citrusy and tropical, but I'm also, this is a challenging beer. It's not just something, that you can say, oh, that's got pineapple or mango, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's got a good aroma. And I've already reviewed a 9%, 8.4% on top of that. Job's a good one, as it were. Oh, Wylam Brewery. Why didn't you get your horses down to Nottingham? That's tasting thick. It's tasting yeah, tasting thick and that. There's like a zestiness, there's a nice twang, there's a thickness, citrus tropical coming through. Matt from Smiling Grape, who had it came to Nottingham and did a Nottingham pub crawl. And we actually did 2 reviews together, and him and his good friend who came down. It's always good to have 2 of you in case one staggers home and falls over and fucking bangs your head on concrete. or gets punched and hits the floor, one of the two. I'll never know, not for sure. Although I remember being in the doorway and then getting lifted and then lifting myself up and walking off from them, and that's as much as I remember, you know. And I don't know if that's just a dream, watching a film, and because you never know, reality and beer drinking, it doesn't bother me. But you know, like most people, you'd like to know, wouldn't you, one way or the other. So I'm letting the air get to this, as you do, on a Raggy's beer review, proper beer review anyway. 5 or 6 minute reviews are alright, but that's not me, you know. I like the longer reviews. I like to sit, chat, take in the world. Luckily the neighbours across there, the students, they aren't home at the moment. I'd be slightly concerned if the window was open, there was a bloke there staring out, and yeah, and there was hand movements, but that would be really worrying, you know, fucking hell. That'd be really worrying on all sides of things, but yeah, we're not going down that road. Yeah. Touch of vanilla, all of a sudden. Not sure if there's lactose in this, but it's certainly a thick beer from Wylam. Just checking the time so I'm not going overboard. I'm literally, I've got, oh fuck me, phone's died. Alright, I've got so many reviews, and I've still got 2 days of reviews from Nottingham Craft Beer Festival sat on a phone upstairs that I can't access, and I'm gonna have to pay somebody to get them phones off, them reviews off. It's not the fact that the reviews mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but they do. That was 2 days of two of the greatest days I've ever had at a beer festival. And as Raggy's beer reviews out in the wild, 2 of the best days ever. Certainly the last day. You know, wearing the Raggy's t-shirt, being out there. You know, first day I had the wife with me and our good friends, the Dipa drinkers. The second day, there was me, Liam, Jagman, and Shane. And I probably should have went home when they went home, really. You know, in the grand scheme of things, but hey ho, you know, I live and learn. This still being a bruise, literally 3 months later. What, June? No, July, August. Yeah, 2 months later. Sorry. Yeah, is a constant reminder of, you know, being a bit more careful on the ABV side of things, and not getting overly drunk. Oh, don't stop me getting tipsy, you know. But there's a moment where I think to myself, whoa, I'm not at home, I've got to be careful. And it's like tomorrow night. I mean, tomorrow night, it doesn't matter when this night is, but the wife's at the hen, my daughter's hen do, and so I'll be at home. I'm going to do a live. This is going to come out after the live, so it doesn't really matter now. But yeah, I've only got to walk up the steps. My 2 sons are at home, you know, and if need be, I can say to one of them, "Come down the shed and come and sit with me," if I really needed to. Not that I need nursing, but yeah. It does affect you, you know, and I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world who's had a beer incident where they fell over, where something's happened, and God, and you know, the main thing is you get home at some stage, in the end, safe. You know, bloodied and battered is one thing, but getting home safe and alive is the main thing. You know, there's been many people, sadly, you know, where there's been issues, and you know, on a boozy night out, or even just a night out and not really boozy, where something's happened, and that's frightening, and that's what impacts me now. Even now, I'm thinking, shit. You know, I love booze. I love the world of beer. I love craft beers. I love drinking these beers, reviewing these beers. But you know, there's a scare factor where I fucking know that night, if I'd have hit my head one more time on that pavement, it could have been scarier and more worrying than what it is. I'm not going down the route of saying what it could have been, but it certainly could have been that. And yeah, and for family, not just me, but for my family, you know, it's what they go through, not what you go through, because you're the person who drank too much, you're the person who walked home, and for whatever happened. And I'm not beating myself up about it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just analysing it, dissecting it for my own will of mind, shall we say. And you know, it's my own way of telling myself that calm yourself down, be careful. And yeah, we all like a drink, fair play, but know your limits. If you have a bad experience, why have you had a bad experience? You've had a bad experience because maybe you drank too much, maybe you ate some shit food, or you drank some shit beer. The reasons, there's multitude of reasons, but if it becomes an experience that's happening daily, then there's a reason behind it. And you know, but anyway, we've let the air get to the beer, and it's still looking like a tropical juice bomb. Wylam Brewery, apologies for bringing in other factors on the beer review, but as we know with the world of beer, there's more factors than just ABV. And there's a sad factor of people drinking too much, and whilst we all want people to drink some great fucking beer, this is a great beer, we also want people to respect the fact that get home safe, you know. In any case, tasting amazing. I do get a vanilla. Whether that's a lactosey thing. On lactose beers, I get vanilla. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that other people get? I don't know. Do I know everything? Hell no. Do I ever profess to know everything? Do I ever want to be that person who thinks he knows everything? Because the world changes at such a rate that you don't know everything. As a gardener, I don't know everything. I'm learning all the time. And as a beer reviewer, you should be learning all the time. Beers change, hops change, malts change, water changes, all these things change. And you know, it's all part of the equation. Do I feel drunk? Yeah, slightly. But it's nice to drink a beer, enjoy a beer. This is what we want. We go out to pubs, we go to enjoy. The worst thing for me is going to a pub, 5 minutes, necking a beer, and it's like, what do they get out of that? It's just alcohol. There's no taste. Someone says to you, did you get any taste from that beer? No, mate, no. No, because you fucking didn't. Because you've just necked a beer or a lager. And again, what are you getting from it? And then all you're doing is just chucking alcohol down you. We can all do that, any stage of the game. I mean, I can go in that shed and get rat-arsed every single day of the week for about 3 months. And yeah, don't want to be doing that because it don't make me feel great in the end. And no, I'd rather be right than, you know, not right. I'm getting a lovely thickness from this beer. A proper double IPA. I've tasted lots of double IPAs. Some have been thick, some have been very thin. And it's like, why the difference in thickness and thin? And is that a sugar thing? Is that, brewed with certain ingredients? I don't know. I'm not a brewer in that respect, at least. Although I do home brewing. Although my beers never turn out that thick, and I think that's because of kits. Kits, you don't get that thickness because of the cost behind the kits themselves, because the cost behind the kits would be double the price to get that thickness and ABV, I would assume anyway. Whoa, 20 minutes. Proper beer review. Although, drink this and then that'll have to be it, because I'll be feeling a bit twatted and I've had no food and bastard, spilt that fucker. Tastes fucking great. They're not down me. If you watch that bit of the review, please let me know, because that's diehard watching beer reviews. Everybody can watch 3 minutes of a review and say, yeah, great review, mate. But if you've watched that after 20 fucking minutes and see me spill it down me, that's dedication. But yeah, it still tastes great, smells great, and I'm wearing it great and all now. Fucking hell. Juice fest, zesty, tropical, citrus, thick, just a bang on beer. Revenge of the Greenbutt Skunk. Cracking name. Wylam Brewery. My first ever, as far as I know, my first ever keg beer from you. So on draft as well. Wow. We've had a journey. It's been a journey. We talked some shit. As you do in a pub. You talk shit. That's regular beer reviews. I never said I was like anybody else out there. Don't want to be either. We're all different. All the beer reviewers out there are different. 99% of them I absolutely love for their quirkiness and differentness. There's always the odd one, but everyone's different. We're all on journeys in life, and you can't call anybody really for their journey. It's difficult to know what they've gone through, how they act, and when they are on and they're calling people, that's something else. Not really interested. I'm here for the beer. I've got a real life, away from beer reviews, and other beer reviews are part of that life as well, funnily enough, and more important than you'd ever think. But yeah, would I drink this again? Yes, I would. Would I love to have it on keg somewhere near in Nottingham? Yeah, of course I would. Do I go for... Just heard my front gate go, but no one should be coming to the gate. It's weird. Nonetheless, a belter from Wylam Brewery. Like I say, low cost, aka Smiling Grape, are doing this. Is it? Fuck's sakes, I've already forgotten the name of it. And I like to be right, because that's just me. So they're calling it, what they're calling it, breathtaking brews. Basically the best of the best. And I put that up as one of the best of the best. No doubt about it. Wow. Certainly delivers on ABV. Certainly delivers on taste, aroma, and out of 5. Yeah, 4.55 out of 5 for me. Wylam Brewery. Cheers. 25 minutes, shit.